Freaky fun for everyone. Sold
Leonardo, the katana blade.
Attack the evil Inhumanoid, forcing him back into the earth.
Hey, the name's Boglins. You sold separately.
We battle our He-Man and Skeletor each sold separately. You put them out together.
Turn them into the light, and they change into even more powerful.
Battle against Lion-O and the new Thundercat ally.
Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas from those of us here at That New Toy Smell. I'm Duvall.
And I'm Pixel Dan. Man, can you believe it's already that time of year?
Dude, I love it. Christmas is the awesomest time of year for toys.
That's right.
Minus birthdays and Easter.
Birthdays and Easter, sure.
I got toys for Easter.
I did too. But needless to say, Christmas is definitely one of the biggest holidays for toys.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's when you're a kid, that's all you think about, right? What toys am I going to get for Christmas this year?
Dude, I could never sleep on Christmas Eve. I was lying awake, sweating, going, oh, I want to open it.
Exactly. And that's why we couldn't not have an episode of That New Toy Smell dedicated to our favorite holiday.
That's right. We've got some really cool stuff for you this month on That New Toy Smell. And we start this month's episode out with myself and Pixel Dan giving you a look at some of the more, would you say, unique Christmas toys that have been made available?
That's right. Now, it's not a very familiar thing now. Anytime you go into a store, you're going to see Christmas crossovers. And what we mean by that is popular items such as movies and cartoons Christmased up, right? So we're going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas-sized action figures.
That's right. We've got quite a few lined up for you to take a look at. So without further ado, why don't we give you a look?
Christmas is a holiday that the companies are all over as far as licensing goes, and the toy companies are no exception. From toys based off of famous Christmas specials, all the way to popular brands jumping on the Christmas bandwagon, you'll find them everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and speaking of jumping on the bandwagon, why don't we jump right in and take a look at a couple of these examples that we've seen in the past few years in stores. Mickey's Christmas Carol was originally released as the lead-in film to the reissued theatrical run of The Rescuers in 1983 and instantly became a holiday classic. Of course, it took 20 years to receive figures based on this animated Christmas classic. Playing Mantis released the only series of the figures to the marketplace, but it was still an amazing release. The series consisted of Mickey Mouse as Bob Cratchit, Minnie Mouse as Miss Cratchit, Donald Duck as the nephew Fred, Goofy as Jacob Marley, Scrooge McDuck as, well, Scrooge, and Morty Mouse as Tiny Tim. Now, there was also a very cool 3-pack that I unfortunately never bought, and I kick myself every day, that featured Jiminy Cricket, Willie the Giant, and Pete as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. And the 10th figure in the line was a Kmart exclusive glow-in-the-dark Goofy as Jacob Marley. I didn't get the glow-in-the-dark Goofy either, but I did manage to pick up all of the other figures, minus the 3-pack, and I do have to say that they are very, very awesome. The attention to detail on these figures is amazing, and I have to say that Playing Mantis really went out of their way when they crafted these amazing representations of their animated 2D counterparts. From all of the chains and locks hanging off of Goofy as Jacob Marley, to the accessories held by all the other characters, including Scrooge McDuck's removable hat, his cane, and his bag of goodies, which there's really not goodies in the bag, so please don't open it up. I made that mistake. It's not pretty. These figures, because they're holiday figures, also go really, really nicely with any holiday decorations you put up at this time of year. You can put them under your tree with all your Rudolph figures. I'm talking about Pixel Dan. He has a lot of Rudolph figures, and they're under his tree. You know, he's crazy like that. That reminds me, I should probably make sure he doesn't steal my Mickey figures. Hey, no. Get away from those. That's what I thought. Moving on, getting back to the figures, these figures are great. I've said that. But the fact that all of the detail that has been put into these is something that you can really admire and really look forward to every Christmas when you unpack them with your decorations. Or, if you're like me, they stay on a shelf all year. Now, I can't recommend these figures enough. They are, like I said, phenomenal. You need to find these figures. If you're a fan of Christmas toys, if you're a fan of Disney toys, or if you're just a fan of this movie in general, these collectibles are something you need to have in your home. Go take a look on eBay, check around. You will find these toys for a really nice price. And trust me, they are worth having in your home. So with that being said, I myself wish you a Merry Christmas. Have fun looking, and I'm going to throw it over to Pixel Dan. Pixel Dan, it's all yours.
Hey, thanks, Duvall. Now, there's no question that I'm a big Star Wars fan. And with as much Star Wars merchandise that's out there now, it was only a matter of time before we saw Star Wars cross over into the realm of Christmas. In 2002, Hasbro released their very first holiday exclusive, the Holiday C-3PO and R2-D2 2-pack. This set depicted the two famous droids dressed up for the season. 3PO was decked out in a Santa Claus outfit, while R2 adorned a pair of reindeer antlers. For several years following, Hasbro would continue to release these unique action figures every year. We got a Yoda wearing a Santa Claus outfit, complete with toy bag and some spilled toys on his base. We got a set of Jawas with red and green glowing eyes that were exchanging Christmas presents. And we got a red Darth Vader. He was painted red. Yeah. With the exception of that all-red Darth Vader, these figure sets are actually based off of fantastic Star Wars holiday paintings done by artists such as Ralph McQuarrie. Each of the sets included a special Christmas card that depicted that artwork. Now, why the Vader figure is just a Darth Vader dipped in red paint instead of being based off of this cool artwork on the card he comes with is beyond me. The rest of the figures, however, do a great job of matching the card art and give us some of the greatest and my personal favorite of all holiday collectibles.
From Star Wars to Disney, it just goes to show that no matter where you look this time of year, you can pretty much find any type of toy license with a Christmas theme.
And it may be cheesy, and it may be overdone, but you know what? We still enjoy it. And it doesn't at all stop us from loving this time of year.
Unfortunately, not everyone likes Christmas, and in every group, there's a Grinch.
That's right, and in our group, our Grinch's name is Dirt.
No.
That's right. Dirt has decided that this week on That New Toy Smell, his Christmas episode is the Bah Humbug episode. So let's go ahead and see what Dirt's got for us today.
I hate my life.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. But Dirt, what are you doing in the basement? They got you out of the basement. They got you into the studio. They took you out to Killing Enterprises to do that show. Why are you back in the basement? Well, you know what? I'm hiding. That's right, I'm hiding. From what? I'm hiding from Christmas, man. You know what? Christmas is a humbug. And that's the truth. You can take my word on that. But Dirt, Christmas is the time you get all the new toys. Christmas is the time that you wake up early in the morning and you run downstairs and you rip open all the paper and you find all those neat toys you've been wanting so long. No, that's not what Christmas is. You know what Christmas is? Christmas is when, after spending months of diligently going through the Toys R Us wish book or the Sears wish book or any other big holiday catalog and circling those toys you want and folding the corners on the pages and leaving it there for your parents so they can go through and see what to get you, so you can come downstairs on Christmas morning and rip open all the paper and all your presents to find a package of socks. That's what Christmas is. You know what? I'll tell you what, why don't we do a little history lesson, alright? This is a history lesson of Dirt's Christmas, and this is why Christmas is a humbug. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look at the Christmas wish book from when I was young. Look at those little kids. Oh, they look so peaceful. Just imagine me there. Yeah, there you go. Ah, just a night on the couch, waiting up for Santa, fell asleep, waiting for all your new toys. Just think, I could have worn pajamas like these. I know what you're thinking, hey, it's not a toy, but still, I totally could have rocked those jammies. I mean, think about that. There we go. Yeah! How awesome would that have been? But did I get Thundercats jammies? No, I got I got socks. Yeah, socks. Fantastic for Christmas. Okay, I know, you're thinking, what about an actual toy? How about Teddy Ruxpin? Remember Teddy Ruxpin? He could talk, tell stories. He's as awesome as I was. I totally deserved a Teddy Ruxpin. Do you think I got a Teddy Ruxpin? No, I got a spelling computer. Hey son, not only do you not get a toy that's fun, but you're stupid. You need to learn how to do more homework. You need to spell. God, what am I spelling now, Mom and Dad? Nothing! I'm on the internet. No one needs to spell there. Let's look at some other toys, like, I don't know, Pound Puppies. Yeah. If you ask the guys at RetroWare TV, one of them there secretly has a crush on Pound Puppies. Won't admit to it, though. But I will. I so wanted a Pound Puppy. You think I got a Pound Puppy? No, of course not, because my parents couldn't figure out what a Pound Puppy was. Instead, I got one of these knockoffs. A Love Mutt. You ever heard of a Love Mutt? No, I don't think the people who made Love Mutts even heard of Love Mutts. Nobody wanted a Love Mutt. There were no fights in the aisles for Love Mutts. So, I got nothing. Alright then, let's think about something else. Oh, laser tag! Everybody wanted laser tag. Laser tag was awesome! Besides the fact that it had that sleek, cool-looking gun, even that baseball cap with the sensor on it looked cool. Can you imagine me rocking a laser tag suit? Maybe I wouldn't be so big if I had had a suit to run around in that looked as awesome as laser tag. And you know what? Even if I didn't have laser tag, there was a perfectly acceptable substitute. Photon. Remember Photon? Yeah, that was awesome. Not as awesome as laser tag, but they had that live-action TV show. I totally could have rocked a Photon suit. Between Photon and laser tag, I could have had a happy Christmas. But do you think I got a Photon or a laser tag? I got Phaser Force. You never heard of Phaser Force? Let me break it down to you. The gun was a strobe light. You had these little sensors that you'd either wear on your chest or on your head. Yeah, think about that for a second. Let's shoot strobe lights at each other's faces. Good plan. What a worthless toy. Although, I had it as a kid, so I kind of want to have it again. Let's move on, okay? Let's look at some of the other toys I never got as a kid. Let's look at, let's look at this page out of the catalog. Now, the first thing you're going to look at here, there's some wrestling toys. You know I like wrestling. That's pretty obvious. You know I'm a big fan of the muscle toys. I was able to get some muscle toys, no thanks to my parents. I had to spend my own allowance on them. But getting some muscle toys or this kick-ass ring would have been nice. But you know what? Even if you look beyond that on this page, you have these LJN wrestling figures. The superstars. Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy, Randy Savage. Forget about it. Any of these would have been great. But that's not what I got on this page. I got one of these. And not even the Sun Lord either. You know what I got? I got Pig Face. Look at Pig Face. Hey son, here's a great toy for a fat kid. We'll get you this toy called Pig Face in his day-glow, fruity-looking He-Man knockoff armor. Have fun with Pig Face, fatty. Look at these cool Thundercats toys. You think I got any? No. If you got some at home, send them to me now, and maybe I can go back in time and make myself not cry myself to sleep. And here's Mask. You think I got any Mask? One of the characters had the same last name as me. But you think I got one? No, of course not. And then, hey, I'm a big comic book geek. Maybe you could get me some Superpowers figures, huh? Would that be too much of a stretch? Of course, it was. And how about Centurions? Well, actually I got one of the Centurions. And it was pretty cool, but the point is not the toys I got that I liked. The toys I got, I didn't get. God, ring it! I can't do that.
Hey. So, I don't know. Maybe I was a little too hard on my folks. I mean, they did the best they could. they really just didn't know about toys. At least the good ones, it seems. And you know what? My kids have a pretty big Christmas coming up this year. My son's almost 4. I've got a 1-year-old daughter. Are they going to get caught up in this whole, you have to have the best toys, you have to have the biggest toy box? Because, I mean, that's what I went through. And, well, you know what? Look at me. I'm pretty awesome. And you know what? Toys are important. So, yeah, my kids are going to be the exact same way. And I hope they beg for the best toys. Because they're going to get them. Because I'm the dirt. I'm awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of That New Toy Smell. We're doing things a little differently this week. We are here to talk about a humbug. No, stop now. The humbug you had last week. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, at the newly remodeled Killen Enterprises in Springfield, Illinois, to bring you a completely different That New Toy Smell episode. This episode, myself, Pixel Dan, and Dirt are going to talk about some of the toys we received as a kid and some of the just feelings of Christmas overall. And, hopefully. I think we're good.
Yeah, definitely a different thing. But, you know, we talked about it at the beginning. Christmas, I mean, it's very special to me. I know Jason is very special to him. I'm not real sure what Dirt's problem is, but, you know, we heard about that last week. So what I would actually like to get into today is to talk about, you know, what Christmas was like when I was a kid, what Christmas was like when Jason was a kid, and even what Christmas was like when Dirt was a kid.
Probably cleaner.
He ever was a kid. I don't really know how that works with you masked guys.
I was kind of like Pigpen.
Oh,
you know, he always had that cloud of dust around him and dirt, and nobody wanted to talk to him. And,
that works.
You know, that was kind of
poor soul.
Yeah. All right, well, who's going to start us off?
Well, you know, I'll start it off. You know, we had talked about when putting this episode together about talking about some of our favorite Christmas presents that we received as kids, and I know for a fact that one of the things I remember most about Christmas was on Christmas Day walking down, you know, downstairs into the living room and just seeing this tree full of presents. And one year sticks out in my mind greatly because I was at my grandparents' house, and there was this huge box wrapped with my name on it, and opening it up, there was this Sectar's High playset.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Quite possibly
Nice.
one of the coolest toy line playsets that I'd ever
How
seen.
big was
today.
that? How tall was that? Like this big?
No,
or?
it stood this tall.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest playsets I have ever seen.
I mean, mind you, it's just a big hunk of plastic with a hand puppet, a little finger puppet, and, you know, some cardboard stuff inside, but...
It's like a date I had once, so...
Oh.
Anyway.
Having all the Sectar's figures when I was younger, it was really cool to me, and it really meant a lot that Christmas to have this huge playset. And I played with that for years until our basement flooded and it got ruined.
But Sectars were the ones that they had like the black glove you put on and the bug stuff on top.
I bet there's a lot of people watching the show right now that are going, Sectars? What are Sectars?
Google it. Yeah. I bet there's just as many people going, Sectars!
Yeah, no joke, dude. Oh, man.
A civilization dies, but its secrets are preserved in a mysterious place called the Hive. Now, good and evil Sectors battle for those secrets. You'll control the Monster Gnar, the giant Destructor Ball, the booby-trapped bridge, the secret laboratory, all the defenses left by the ancients in the mysterious Hive. Sectors by Coleco.
What about you, Dirt? What do you remember most?
You know, there was one Christmas I can recall distinctly because I got the Voltron Castle of Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you remember the Voltron Castle of Lions, that thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You had the 4 turrets at the top that would open, and they had guns in them. You could put the figure in there.
Yeah.
You also had the front gate that would rise up. There was actually a slot. You would take a gold key and put the key in there and slide it in, and it would push the door open. You also had this big computer screen, had stickers on it, a little wheel, and you'd spin it depending on what you wanted them to be talking to on there.
Did it have a 3D ghost?
Yeah, it did.
His father as a ghost thing that you pulled forward and he appeared.
But here's what made the Castle of Lions so special to me. Is that I actually found it hidden in my parents' basement. I'd say probably about 4 days after Thanksgiving. And so what I did is I actually opened the box because the box was beat up a little bit because it was probably like the last one on the shelf. And I took out the Castle of Lions and I put in 3 bricks. And then I closed it back up and I took the castle up to my room and I actually played with it for, a month until Christmas came. And then Christmas morning, I rip open the paper. I'm like, oh yay, Voltron Castle of Lions! And I ran up to my room, opened the box, threw the bricks under my bed. And my parents came in. And I'm like, look, yay!
That's amazing. How do you even pull something like that off?
I'm devious. I'm sneaky.
At Castle Control, Keith discovers that the Castle of Lions is going to be attacked by Zarkon's army, so the Voltron force prepares for action. Keith arms the blasters, while Pidge and Hunk race in the shuttle to their lions. Meanwhile, Princess Allura seeks advice from her father's image. Can the Castle of Lions survive, or will evil triumph? The Castle of Lions portable playset. Figures and lions sold separately from Panache Place.
Well, what about your what Christmas toy with you?
It's so hard. Like, you guys keep talking about these giant play sets. I got my fair share of play sets, too. I remember when I got Castle Grayskull and all those great things. I remember begging for Eternia and never getting it. But, you know, letdowns aside, there were a lot of great Christmases. But one of the ones that stands out the most in my mind, it was a year we did something different. Because normally we have Christmas at my parents' house. This year we were having Christmas in St. Louis at my grandparents' house. So it was a completely different setting. And I remember walking downstairs in the morning to the Christmas tree, and all the presents were stacked under the Christmas tree, you know, wrapped up and nice and everything. But the cool thing was sitting on top of all the boxes, arranged in like different poses, were all of the real Ghostbusters action figures. like you know, Egon and Winston and Ray and Peter. They were just standing on top of the boxes, awesome. All with their pose on top. They were blasting ghosts that were set up on all these other different boxes.
Your parents did this?
Well, Santa did it, dude. Yeah, of course, when I was a kid.
Right. So your parents did this?
Yeah.
I'd be like, don't open my toys.
See, and in normal circumstances, or at least in today's world, I'd be like, hey, I want to open my toys. But when I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that Santa had set up all of my Ghostbusters, battling all these ghosts in this giant scene all underneath the Christmas tree. It was like, it just stands out in my mind as one of the coolest Christmases I ever woke up to.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
That's fantastic.
You know,
Ghostbusters! Each sold separately.
See any ghosts? Not yet. Pigman, it's back to the bone. Give me out. Looks like you're really into them, Stan. Zap them. Safe. Not so safe. It's Life Bucket. What a flar. I've been cooped. Activate neutrino blasters. We ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ah!
Peter Venkman, bad to the bone, and Sludge Bucket with ectoplasm, each sold separately.
Christmas for me ranged from a lot of things. From, you know, I raised by a single mother. I really never had a father. We lived with my grandparents for most of my life, and Christmas was very, very special to me in the fact that they didn't have a lot of money, but I ended up getting, you know, quite a lot of toys. Thank you. My mom actually, she liked to buy stuff at closeout, which was cool. I remember one Christmas I was probably, had to have been 8 or 9, maybe 10. But this was right at the end of the Intellivision wave. Like, Intellivision had come out and it was starting to die. And KB toy stores in our mall had clearance the system and all these games.
KB toys.
We're gonna miss you.
So, it's okay. So I remember opening on Christmas Day this Intellivision and then, like, all these little packages. And I swear to God, I got an Intellivision and, like, 70 games. And I tell you what, the Intellivision may not have been the greatest system in the world.
Oh, that was a nice system.
I know our friends over at RetroWare love that system. Yeah. But that system had some of the coolest games. I got everything from Masters of the Universe to tennis.
What a range!
Yeah, let me tell you.
So the second half of the alphabet you got games for, but anything from like A, you know, down the line.
Hills presents Intellivision, intelligent television by Mattel. More sophisticated than any video game that has come before. Providing hours of entertainment for the entire family. Intellivision, with one of the clearest game displays available today. Find this system, plus a complete line of sports and video game cassettes at Hills, where our game is low prices every day.
But I tell you what about your traditions like Christmas? How was it like the night before? How many?
Oh, we always got a Christmas Eve gift.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, because there was no holding us back, and so actually my mom and her side of the family had this deal where you'd wake up Christmas Eve, and whoever woke up first would run into the parents' room and go, "Christmas Eve gift!" And they got to open one of their gifts early, and so in our house it just kind of became everyone got to open one gift on Christmas Eve. So we'd go out to dinner, then you go to church, then you come home from church, and then right before you go to bed, you got to open that one gift. And so there were always, you had presents from Mom and Dad, and then you had presents from Santa. And the Santa ones didn't show up till after you went to sleep, but the ones from Mom and Dad had been sitting there for weeks. And so usually, I was the kind that would kind of like rip open the paper a little bit and kind of peek through.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could take like a butter knife and slice that long seam of tape and kind of look in there and then tape it back right on top and no one ever knows.
You really know what you're doing.
So I knew what I was looking for. Oh man, I devise systems. I should write a book.
So you should.
Like maybe I'll just start a whole website about like
make a video
figuring out how to do all that stuff because it was total James Bond in my house figuring out what I was getting.
I could see dirt lowered from the ceiling on a wire.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's the story. I think it was the year that my wife and I got married. And we were out at, Kmart, Venture, wherever, and they had the R2-D2 robot.
Oh, yeah.
The one to be like, hey, R2, play a game, dance. And he goes,
which I think is still sitting on your table.
Yeah, anyway, so I was like, oh, this is just the perfect Christmas gift. Look at this. How could you not want this for Christmas? And she was, no. She's like, it's $100. No, we're not getting this stupid robot. She's like, you'll play with it for 5 minutes and then you'll never play with it again. We went on and on, probably for like 6 months on this thing. Like, oh man, I really want this. And never, she never let me break down and buy it. So finally, we do Christmas at our house in the morning and we exchange gifts. Then we go to my parents' house, and my sister's there. She flew in from, St. Louis or wherever she was living at the time.
Right.
And, we open all the gifts and all the stockings. My mom always has to wrap like 50 little things in your stockings. You're like, oh, Reese's peanut butter cup. Thanks, Mom. But, oh, an M&M. Thanks. But, you open everything, you get the mound of paper, and everyone's tired. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, oh, man, this is our third pot of coffee. I'm going to go take a nap. And my mom goes, so, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas? And I'm like, oh yeah, I got great stuff, lots of stuff. And Mom goes, really? Because I think there's one more. And she walks over and opens the door to the garage and comes back in with this box. Oh, this says it's from Kelly. And I kind of look at my wife. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I rip it open, and my wife says that I went like this. And dude, that thing is awesome. It runs on 38 side D batteries, and you get about 10 minutes out of it. But let me tell you, those 10 minutes are great.
So R2-D2 was like your Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I ever really had a Red Ryder BB gun.
I didn't either.
I think I came close when I got the entire collection of the Chuck Norris karate figures.
Nice.
And the vehicle.
Yeah, the Corvette?
Yes.
Nice.
Man.
I had the
All
Corvette.
of them. It was awesome.
Big knife blade came out the front.
Awesome. Knives came out the side of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's one thing I do miss, though, is the anticipation of opening up new toys on Christmas.
Yeah, because now your parents are like, well, what do you want? Give me a list.
And I'll tell you what, most of the things I get nowadays are things that I need.
Oh look, I got new tires for my car,
which is cool, and
I need them.
I get lots of video games and movies, but I don't really get toys because you can't stop me from going out and buying the toys.
That's true.
That's like I get yelled at all the time by my fiance. Quit buying things because I have nothing to get you for Christmas. And I'm like, if I don't buy this now, I'll never find it again. Too bad. That's just the way it seems to go these days.
I just get told to stop buying things.
You're what
anyway, moving on.
That's not true, man. That's not true.
All right. Well, I don't know. You got anything else?
I think that about wraps it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Christmas is a time for family and friends, and we're happy to be here to celebrate this Christmas week with you.
It's about toys too.
That's right. It's about toys.
It's about toys for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here, including Scotty Cash, who couldn't be with us tonight, unfortunately.
He's playing with his toys.
Yes, he is. From all of us here at That New Toy Smell, we wish all of you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and for a taste of things to come in January, be sure to check out thatnewtoysmell.com and heman.org because we have something very cool planned.
Wait a minute. What? Thatnewtoysmell.com and heman.org?
Kind of vague, isn't it?
For something special in January? Woo-hoo.
Do your sleuth work. Figure it out.
And we'll see you next month. Dance party time. Dance party
Just put the
time.
credits over there.
Dance party time.
And don't put it in music. Everyone's gonna be like, "This is so awkward."
We gotta leave all the
So
voices in there
confused.
too. All right.
I need a sword. Let me go find one.